I never was aiming for fame. I just wanted to dance. Being an Afakasi, growing up in New Zealand, for me it's definitely been a journey of self-discovery and figuring out, you know, where I belong, because I went to a Palangi primary and also intermediate. Growing up I was actually like the only brown girl in my class, so for me it took a long time to actually embrace my Polynesian side and know that I'm beautiful and that I'm from an amazing heritage.
So my mother is Samoan Chinese, and she really has just been kind of the rocky at home. She's always been stay-at-home mum, brought us up, and my great-grandparents, they came to New Zealand when my grandparents were about 20 years old. And they were the ones that were in Greyland, Ponsonby. We were born and raised in Manurewa. Then we moved to Howick, which is very different. So for us, it was a bit of a culture shock. We grew up in Manurewa, we loved it. It was full of Pacific Islanders and Māori, you know, our Māori friends. So when we went to Howick, and it was predominantly Palangi and Pākehā, we really struggled.
Being in a school where there's many girls that looked like me and would talk about similar traditions or even food, I felt like it kind of made me not talk about my culture as much as I do now. So it's definitely been a journey. Now I'm proud more than ever. I had the best childhood. Growing up in my house, there was just a lot of music. My dad's just a huge R&B fanatic. And that's naturally how I got into dance. Narelle, the next sister up from me, I feel like she's crazier than me. She's really outgoing. People think I'm like pretty outgoing. I'm like, when I'm with her, I feel like, okay, I'm chill. And then there's Kendall. And actually growing up, Kendall was more shy. When I think of Kendall, I just think someone who's really generous and really giving. She always puts other people before herself. The oldest of us four is my brother Jarek. I'm really close with him. For me, they are the #1 priority. More than my work, they come before all of that. They're the most important thing to me, and there's nothing I would put before them. We all put each other first. I think that's what keeps us close, even though we live in different parts of the world. We all know that we're there for each other no matter what, and I think as long as you have that mindset for your family, it's a lot easier to stay close. You know, you don't always have to talk with each other to stay close, but you know that they mean the world to you. The most influential woman in my life, definitely hands down, would be my 2 sisters and my mum. What's been really beautiful for me is just to see my sisters become mothers, and not just mothers, amazing mothers. For me, it's just been really inspiring, and it makes me excited to have children one day, and my future children. I definitely want to take them to Sa and see, you know, because we have so much family over there as well. Like, I just went there 2 years ago for New Year's, and I was definitely a moment for me in a sense of like, when I have children, I can't wait to bring them back here and meet their aunties and cousins. I have to take them there. It's actually a dream of like me and my sisters to learn Samoan fluently, so I haven't gone around to that, but I think when I have children I'll be even more inspired to learn the language and pass it on, because personally that's something for me I feel quite sad about, that I don't know how to speak it fluently, but yeah, I still have time. So that was a really cool moment for me because they reached out to me and said, we can reach out to any designer, whoever you want, you know, Versace, Louis Vuitton, whoever you want, and you know, we'll get a dress from them. For some reason, I was just like, oh, I just don't want to be like everyone else, and I've always kind of been like that. I just always want to go against the grain. I want to be different. I want to stand out. And then it just kind of came to me. I was like, oh my gosh. What if I do like a modern spin of a pulatasi? And my mum was like, that's a beautiful idea. Growing up, I would always have to perform a siva at like our family's wedding, even for my sisters. So, you know, we always perform the siva, and that's always been really, really special for me because I love dance, and it's amazing to be able to express myself in my traditional siva as well. I personally just think it's really beautiful, and every time I see a siva, I just feel connected. It just makes me so proud to be Samoan. I think a lot of us don't think what brought us here and the reason why we're here, and who had to make those really tough decisions in order for us to have a great life. I'm just so grateful to be here and to be brought up here, be raised here and have opportunities, and even just something as simple as having a house, having food, having clothing. I'm really grateful for the decisions my ancestors have made, and even when I went to SAR one year, I remember my auntie was kind of showing like the roads that my nana would have to walk every day to school. And just something like that, it's so simple, you know, they have to walk miles just to get to school, and probably in bare feet as well. But you know, us, we just get in the car and you know, that was my memories of going to school, getting in the car and driving to school. You know what's interesting is I get so busy and I have so many projects, so a lot of times I don't get to reflect on kind of the impact that I'm making. So it's usually not until we have like an event that makes me realize, wow, like I'm actually making a difference.
So exciting, we are huge fans of Parris, she's like our inspiration, and being the same form as her, doing her classes, is like something we'll never forget.
I always do things with great intention. I don't just do things just to do things, I always have a purpose.
Down. Much better. Should we have it on? From here. Ready? Yeah. Okay. 5, 6, 7, go.
And for me, a lot of the times I'm conscious of who is watching, so I automatically feel this responsibility to make change in what I feel is lacking. And I think, okay, I'm in a position to make a difference, so I need to do all that I can to change the future of our next generation. And it just inspires me to keep going.
I lost my 15-month-old son about 1.5 years ago. So I guess when those things happen in our lives, and especially in our family, we really reevaluate our lives and, you know, our purpose here on earth. So I guess when that happened, we knew we wanted to do something special in the community, and that was the time to do it. And like we tell our girls to chase their dreams, we needed to do that ourselves. So yeah, that was kind of our motivation to really start Sisters United.
What's really special about us is we run workshops and programs that use creative arts to help these girls become more confident and to tell their story, because as we know, our Māori and PI girls, they have so much to share, but I don't think they have enough platform to share it, you know, on. Even though I don't have children, I still see, you know, all these children that I teach at the studio, I still see them as my children, and I know a lot of them, they come from rough backgrounds or broken homes. That's why I created the studio, is to create a home and somewhere safe and somewhere that they can come to and feel, you know, that they have a bright future and that they can do anything they want to do. So I don't have children, but I kind of do, and I'm trying to do my part.